And let's get to this topic this Monday afternoon. I have Mr. Boniface Okeze, is the National Chairman, Progressive Shareholders Association of Nigeria. I want his reaction to this development. Good afternoon and thank you for joining our program.
Good afternoon. My pleasure to be here.
Yes, I think I should start with what we have faced in recent times, from the scarcity to all of the expectations that Dangote Refinery is coming on stream. I remember myself as a journalist saying it so very much on this program that we are waiting for the Dangote Refinery. Now it has come. We find ourselves in all of this. What do you make of this as an industry person?
Well, for me, I speak on the shareholder perspective, because this is a refinery that have been promised to be listed as stock exchange. Okay? And if we don't encourage our own local, how do we attract foreign investors to come and invest in oil and gas industry? Today, we should have been celebrating 48 hours. That means fuel should have been rolling out in all the filling stations. As you drive in Lagos with all the, computer cities in the Federation today, every roads are empty. That's the truth, because cars on the filling station without no fuel. Some of the filling stations are gated closed, locked up, How can we be facing this on a daily basis? You talk of manpower and loss of, man hours on the street, on the road, looking for fuel. Today, I don't know how many people are at work discharging it, We're talking on an economy that's almost on the comatose, on the sinews, that ought to waking up to revive, because everything about petroleum price is touched on our lives on daily basis. Living, inflation, the food you eat, the movement is everything on fuel. And that's only the mainstream that gives us money that today we can export and earn foreign exchange, So why must we jeopardize it? If Dangote have come on stream, we should be able to rejoice that our problem are half solved, okay, by what's rolling out there. A lot of people don't import this. Some of the marketers are not importing the fuel by themselves, because you need to have source foreign exchange for you to bring this into the country. That's why NNPCL have become the sole monopoly of bringing this into the country and selling to the marketers. Now, this is something that the NNPCL themselves should be rejoicing, that another measure have come to save the kind of scarce foreign exchange taken outside the country to import fuels. And today, we have 4 refineries in the country. None of them is functioning. Government have committed a lot of billions of naira. They told Nigerians that refinery is taken up by July. August, they're keeping, shifting the goalpost. Today, they are talking about September, which I know is not going to be reality. There's no way the refinery Port Harcourt can function September. Today is the 9th of September. By the end of this month, you can't see anything on ground to warrant that, refinery at Port Harcourt is going to dispense fuel to Nigerians. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Now, NNPCL, ultimately, because the president himself is the Minister of Petroleum, and he has also Minister for State for Petroleum, who should be reporting to the president, because the president will not have another ministry, okay, begin to supervise. Is the president preside over the nations?
Yes.
So those bodies, NNPCL in particular, and the State Minister of Petroleum, ought to be giving him a feedback what is going on there, because the president will not have the Minister of Department in Aso Rock. It is these ones he rely upon to give him, maybe they are not giving him correct answer, correct problem that emanating from that sector, and that's another problem for Nigerians. Until you resolve this quantum mire, we cannot move forward, You can't say Aliko should go and fix price. It's not a regulator. Because an NNPCL shouldn't have made a regulator, because they are operator. When Wando sold their stations years back, that company continued to retain that name, the brand, to run the business. It is the company that sold to NNPCL. It is not a wonder that sold to NNPCL. Now you branded those things, you are now competing with the other marketers in the system, in the mainstream. That means you're an operator and you're a regulator at the same time. Who regulates who? NNPCL ought to be regulated. Another department regulated NNPCL. Now you have assumed the role of a regulator and operator. So there's no level playing ground. The question we're asking, Nigeria are asking, whether the regulated industry and liberalization of petroleum product, that if you have money, you can import on your own, sell at your own pace. If you import cheap, you can sell cheap. So any people coming to buy from you. Now, Aliko has come. It is a sort of an NNPCL to advise every marketers, AP, Mobi, Total, MRS, Eternal Oil, what have you, go and buy. Open your line of business with Dangote Petroleum Refinery and queue and load. If those who have their surface tank everywhere, go and load and feed there and begin to dispatch all over the country. That's how it should be. What the man will not add then, since you are not selling to him to, on subsidized rate, you say to Naira to him. It takes government president's intervention to say, no, sell this man to the Naira.
But I think that was a plus for him.
Of course.
That crude
yeah, because if you're selling the Naira, are you selling the equivalent dollar? Because they say it's international price. The crude oil is international price.
Yes.
That means you are selling the equivalent of that dollar to Naira, converting to Naira, which means you are not subsidizing for him. You are selling on international market price, but you are not asking him to pay by Naira. That doesn't mean that he is going to manufacture and sell free of charge to Nigerians. No, it's not. Because this is billions of dollars he are putting in, borrow from the bank, sell his own investment in flour mill to build that industry. So he don't need it to operate at a loss. But he cannot recover that money at a go. No, it's a long-term investment. And that means as a manufacturer, he cannot operate at a loss. It's
a business.
It's a business. And that equipment there, yes, the almost half of the land must be maintenance on daily basis, on yearly. He must maintain the facilities. It can't be obsolete like we have Nigerian 4 refineries that are not working. Every time you vote money for turnaround, and the turnaround is not yielding result. That's where we are today. So you cannot equate that one as a private company, as a private man who have put that such enormous resources to build that ones, You don't have to tell him to come and fix price. The government are the one fixing prices. Then, as a manufacturer, whatever coming from his end, you say, okay, if I'm producing at 800 naira cost, example, and it's said to the marketers, you must also have margin put in there, because that 800 is production cost. You have to put a margin before going out to them, If you are buying there, and the marketer says, okay, at the end, we bought 850 from Dangote Refinery, we are going to sell 900. It belongs to because the marketer also have to make margin on their own to be in business. Otherwise, they'll be out of business. That's how business should be run. Nobody can dictate for him how to run his business. He can put in money. Now, Nigeria said they invested here 20% or 25% to NNPC. It's Nigerian money, you and I money that invested there. Why are they investing in Dangote Refinery? It's for also to earn dividend. At the end of the day, the man will produce dividend. That's why government can recoup their investments there, encouraging him. That's why they invested there through NNPC. It's not NNPC money. It's Nigerian money. And Nigeria ought to be earning dividend from, accruing for them for that investment, because Nigeria make money to put other sector, to develop other sector, what they're going to earn there at the end of the financial year of that, outfit. Nigeria will earn something there. So you don't expect him to operate at a loss, because you're expecting a dividend from there. If the company listed today at the change, shareholder will expecting dividend from there. So you can't jeopardize that business. That's the basic truth. And the NNPC are causing this quagmire that we're having problem today.
So I'm thinking that when things like this happen,
yes,
and we now have this product in this facility, everybody is worried about getting the product. You agree with me? What sort of conversation are you now expecting? The Minister of Petroleum Resources, State for Petroleum Resources, Minister that's Henneke Lupobiri, met with the key players in this sector, NUPRC and all of that, and the NNPC Executive Vice. What sort of conversation are you expecting?
Yeah, the conversation I should expect in the government, how much are you selling on the Naira to him to refine? Is it based on international market price converted by dollar? Or are you subsidizing that because it's going to produce to sell locally for Nigerians? That means you need to subsidize that crude. It's not going to touch on international market price, converting with Naira. Because what it's paying, even if it's paying Naira, is equivalent to dollar, but it's paying on Naira, which not ought to be so. You need to discount it massively for him. Because Nigeria, you're going to produce and sell to Nigerians. That's what angle government should look at it, Now, if this man have been producing today, like I said earlier, the whole marketers must move there to open their line of business and buy direct without NNPC compelling them. It is not the duty of NNPC to say marketer will ask to go and buy. You must put, because you are the one regulating. You must give, even NNPC should show by charity begins at home. Should be able to be the first to lift product from there. That's NNPC. Because today, we and I have not been told the cost of landing product when you're importing into the country. Nobody told us the cost of landing.
And that is where I was also going. That many also think that if
nobody told the cost of landing
cost will be higher.
Nobody have told us, even the one NNPC is bringing, how much the cost of the landing.
They said because we'll be hearing 1,150, 1,200 in some cases, 1,000, at least above 1,000.
The issue is that, when Aliko Dangote Refinery does not mean the price is going to come down, or we're going to buy it at 500. No, we never expected that. You must pay higher. Because they told you, if you buy from abroad, it varies, the market, You buy cheap, you can say cheap. If you bought higher, you will say higher. That's the truth. Because every businessman wants to make profit. But you don't make that profit to exploit people. But more within, people can afford to pay. Because you want to produce, you want to sell off as possible, and not continue to remain production. That's like a line of business people are backing upon. So it is the same government that will come to subsidize. And that's why, you don't remove totally. If the government said they are paying subsidy, they can't argue that, even if you are removed subsidy. That's the social services Nigeria is earning from government. Because there's no other thing government responsible to their citizens than this. So in England, in everywhere, we have social security, where you give something to their citizens. That's the fuel we're talking about, subsidizing it to make life more bearable for Nigerians. Because today, it seems that things have been comatose. The Nigeria is stranded because of this fuel wahala. And the government have to come in to solve it once and for all. Make life bearable for these citizens. If all of us had died, whom are you going to rule? Whom are you going to preside over? The hungry is the land. Look at the pharmaceutical industry today. I read in paper this morning. It's on a high rate. High cost of, those suffering diabetes, blood pressure is high. And everything attached to their petroleum. If there's no product, Aliko is the Dangote Refinery is producing, I think, diesel today. They crash the price. We have been buying about 1,000 something, but today I think people buy at maybe 1,000 naira there by a liter at their filling stations, even this diesel. The same way, the petroleum will continue to climb. The most important thing that we are not importing into the country, waiting for months to flow to filling stations. It is here in our backyard. We should be able to encourage him and make sure that these things are dispensed everywhere. People will go at ease and drive their car and fuel their tank and go away. And this man has showed us too that these are quality products that can compete with even American product or Europe, anywhere in the world. That's the standard. It is not a fuel today because most fuel they are brought here, your engine have been knocking every day, go to mechanic because of the fossil fuel we use here is affecting our cars. That money you spend on going to mechanic, you can save that money for months if you are buying clean fuel, which the man have showed us. This is a fuel that can compete favorably anywhere in the world. So why should not be proud of that product coming from our own, Encourage him to roll it out. And let's give him the benefit of doubt. He has tossed a vow that I can't give anything substandard to Nigerians. Why is the NNPC bring a spoiling shoe to the man, We should encourage him. Because these are discouraging investors coming in. If you can treat our own citizen in this way. And now, you push to the president. It's not presidency. If the president wants to sabotage, they won't encourage him. So, okay, sell it to him in Naira. That's the intervention of the presidency, which is commendable. Because he wants the man to come and rescue the nation. And we should applaud him in what he has done. Even though he's not giving free of charge. But if you want Nigeria to benefit, if you want Nigeria for him to subsidize, tell us how much cost are you selling Naira to him. Then you have to bring it downward, not attach on international market price on crude sell abroad internationally. You need to subsidize the one you are selling to him so that the price also will come down. So that even any market increasing, will tell him this is what Dangote is selling. Everybody will know what is being sold at Lekki there for you to go and offload and put to your filling stations. You cannot sell above what you are buying there from him. Because he can't bring the head of Aliko Dangote and Nigerian to knock together. and say it's going to fix price. It can't fix it. It is an NNPC. And an NNPC, it is high time government begin to look at the activities of an NNPC. Because I believe that...
they've been coming up with audited reports.
I believe in Malaya Kyari will not be worst off all the MDs that preside over NNPC. That by the time you're going to be the worst MD of NNPC.
You know when you say
I am telling you this.
We always need to have facts.
I am telling you this. Because the way he's going, the way he's doing things, we are not television. To the truth.
Some will tell you that it's almost the best thing that has even happened to the industry. I don't think. But when we have any negatives, we should have...
Yeah, the issue is this, Okay. He's been telling us that the refinery is about to go.
Yes.
In Port Harcourt Refinery. Kaduna, Warri. And we are not saying these things. They have told us they will pump billion to it. What's stopping them now working? We are not being told that there's arrangement to, give to private investor to come around those refineries. That means NNPC have not been telling the nation the truth, or the president the truth. They need to be heard, because at the end of the day, you must, having a loss of 50% in those refineries, which may at the end of the day, you will not need to sell them obsolete as a scrap for people to come in, invest to come in. That's the truth. That's what that's where we're going today. If anybody tells you today that by end of this month of September, October, that Port Harcourt we can bet here, it can never happen. It can't happen. It can't happen. That's the truth. Let us not deceive ourselves. It can't happen. So what NNPC should be doing now, let him start lifting from Dangote Refinery. At the production price, the man is selling to them and selling to Nigerians. As it is today, some people are buying 1,300. In Lagos here, 950. People are buying 1,000.
I bought yesterday, I think about 8 something.
I bought 1,000 something day first a day. On Friday, I was at Solomon. I think I bought about 900 something, So this is right time. Nigerians want to see this fuel dispensed to them. Even at how much cost, they want to see it. So that, people don't end up in filling stations but dropping dead, collapsing as a result of, anxiety and their blood pressure going up. People are sleeping there. The time they're gone to their business to put in input, is lost on daily basis on filling station. They want to move on with their life. And this is where government should come in and give a marching order to NNPC to remove every bottleneck that's slowing progress in the nation. The president has to wade in, use his power as a president, as a father of the nation, to correct this imbalance, what's going on in NNPC. And I believe thoroughly that Mr. President must overhaul NNPC. He must ask for the report, in-depth report, and what is going on there. If they said, okay, now NNPC told us they made the profit, last month, they paid 6 billion of dividend. I read it in paper. These are paper profits, not reality. We need to, there's the international auditors, KPMG, PWD, Deloitte. They should all go and have forensic.
Anyways, it's okay. We saw it in paper.
Yeah,
we saw the
forensic audit on NNPC so that we can obtain the fact how NNPC have been running this country, how NNPC have been running oil sector. You can't deceive Nigerians. We're not gullible.
Indeed.
We're not gullible. We're not docile people.
Indeed.
We need to learn people in the country. So if the president are giving the correct advice, he will do the needful. But if you are giving him, not giving him the fact, he based on what he's giving to you, acting on it. And he rely on them, and then people must give him. Because I said he's the president, even though he has the portfolio of petroleum minister. But that's why he appointed Minister of State to give him a record. He's the Minister of State that go to the field with the NNPC, sit down and give the presidency. Is what they're giving to him, he will act upon. But if you're not giving him correct information, this is time now for him to demand accurate record coming from NNPC so that he can assert his authority, so that he can reduce the suffering of Nigerians. Allow the Dangote Refinery to begin to function properly and begin to sell to Nigerians.
All right, I must thank you so much, Mr. Boniface Okezie. He's the National Chairman of the Progressive Shareholders Association of Nigeria. We're bearing his mind there on this issue around pricing, the operations of Dangote Refinery, and of course, local refining in Nigeria. Thank you so much. I see that passion. It has to do with our country, and we must move forward.
Of course,
do enjoy the rest of the day. Coming up on our show, we shift our focus to